Hey guys, another day, another black t-shirt. So today I wanted to talk about something that's very, very important in order to make sure your progress is consistent. So in my other videos, and if you haven't watched, that's perfectly fine. I can just kind of capture the point or the previous points in this one. So first you have a burning desire. And you have this visual image of the things that you want to do and where you want to go and how you want to get there. So first is the fantasy, because there are no actionable steps. A fantasy becomes a goal when you have actual steps, actionable, not actual, but actionable steps, meaning things that you know you can do to get to where you need to go. So fantasy becomes a goal once there's actionable steps. Actionable steps become daily targets once you build a system that is designed for you to hit the micro goals, so that way you can make macro progressions and eventually you would end up accomplishing your goal. This structure that I outlined, you can find it anywhere and everywhere. It is exactly why anybody who is where they want to be, those are the literal steps that they did, the literal process that they did. Interestingly enough, let's say you don't have a goal and you don't have a fantasy, but you have a system in place. This system that you have will eventually get you closer to what you are instinctually yearning to do. So try to utilize that. But the purpose of this video is, what do you do when you have daily goals? You have these plans, you know that once you set, you'll be able to quite literally be able to, I just got super distracted because of a text message. You'll be able to essentially know you have to do these things on a day-to-day basis and you'll be straight. What do you do when that's interrupted? What do you do when life interrupts that process? What do you do when your relationship interrupts that process? What do you do when family interrupts that process? You adapt. So, and this is very, very important. I think everything I say is very, very important because everything that I'm ever going to talk about is so vital and necessary for you to progress and move forward in your life. So, you wake up in the morning and you know that you're about to do X, Y, and Z. Head off to work. When you come back from work, you're going to do the remaining letters of the alphabet, and you know that by sticking to that script, you're going to have a productive day and it's going to be exactly as you need it to be. Life doesn't actually always work like that. You can have goals, you can have systems, you can have foolproof plans that are going to get you the results you want and get you where you need to go. However, things are going to happen. And when things happen, you need to adapt. So for me, I would always have this Monday mentality, meaning that if I was planning on doing something and it got interrupted, I would just say, fuck it. Literally, like mid-workout, mid-something, like whatever type of consistency that I was trying to build, if something externally interrupted it, or if I interrupted that pattern, I would just be like, fuck it, I'll just start over next week. That was the wrong mentality to have. That was the wrong mentality to have. The reason why that was the wrong mentality to have is because in the pursuit of results, perfectionism is always going to get in your way. So that was me trying to control the outcome in a way that made absolutely no sense. Just because something doesn't go according to plan, it doesn't mean you throw the entire plan away. You look at the situation, you look at the interruption, and you ask yourself, how can I work around that? That's adaptation. And that's what you have to do when life interrupts you, when a relationship, you feel like a relationship is taking away from what you're trying to do. And a lot of times, once you're able to adapt, like, you won't actually really see that there's anything in your way. Because if you approach these situations like, I want to do this, but this is happening, so I'll just approach it from this manner. I want to do this, but this is happening. I'll wake up later. I'll stay up later. There's nothing that life can really throw at you that can really put a wrench in your plans. Man, I remember I was watching a video with this bodybuilder, and he was talking about how the lifestyle to consistently keep that figure in that form is so rigid and strict that your mother could be in the hospital, or fucking somebody could pass and there's a funeral. And it's just like, you have to really see, what do you value more? The goal or interrupting what you got going on? And he was just like, if you're really committed, you'll fuck around and miss that funeral. You'll fuck around and not visit, a dying person in the hospital. To me, that's super extreme. But at the same time, it's the understanding that if you do not do what you need to do, you're not going to get the results that you want to get. So in order for you to approach life, which is really operating in like a peak and valley flow, there's going to be periods where nothing's in your way. There's going to be periods where everything is in your way. And there's going to be periods where you're in your way. So you need to know how to adapt to that. You need to know, how do I respond to me and how I feel on a bad day? How do I respond to when my partner requires a certain level of attention or requires a certain amount of emotional affection, but I only have so many hours in the day and I need to get this done? You adapt. You adapt. Plain and simple. You adapt and you adjust. Don't collapse, because that's what I would do. What I would do is I would have a set goal. And like I said, I'd have a set goal. And if I was consistent Monday, consistent Tuesday, but I fucked up on Wednesday, fuck Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'll start over on Monday. Detrimental. That's a detrimental mindset, detrimental behavior, and all it does is make you take step backs. And you get so exhausted from starting over that eventually you just won't try. Because in your mind, you're like, you know what? I don't really think this is for me. I don't think this is gonna happen for me. This is one of those things where they say, this is a hack, right? And honestly, there's no such thing as a hack. When they talk about like productivity hacks, it's just more so understanding yourself well enough to be able to provide a solution before a problem occurs, a problem that is uniquely for you. But there's no such thing as a hack. It's just more of like, it's just a tip. And when I think of hacks or cheat codes, they're using terminologies to appease to your lazy self. There's no such thing as a hack. There are no cheat codes in life. Very fucking straightforward, bro. Do what you need to do to get the results that you want. That's it. That's it. And what you need to do is going to change depending on the circumstances, depending on the time, depending on the environment. And that also ties into adapting. Once you adapt, once you are able to be like, no matter what my day is going to look like or be, I'm going to get done everything I need to get done today. And if you don't beat yourself up about it, because God has blessed you with another day, and you're going to wake up and you're going to accomplish everything you said you were going to accomplish. And then the next day you're going to do it again, and the next day you're going to do it again. It's so important. These things are so important. Not beating yourself up is so important. Being your own best friend, your own coach, letting you know that it's okay when you fail, but also helping yourself get back up is so fucking important. And just lastly, like, don't take your eye off the goal, off the prize. There are so many things that are going to distract you. There are so many things that are going to try to take you away from what you're trying to do, because life is like that. Life is designed to make you better, and the only way you can get better is to be tested. And test will be so fucking uncomfortable. They'll be so uncomfortable that you're more focused on the test as opposed to the overall objective. And the test was supposed to make you better for the objective. That's why adaptation is such a key, necessary skill when you are trying to get to where you need to get to, because things will change. The most interesting thing is, like, you can have a goal, and in the process of trying to get there, you realize that this is the wrong goal, and you need to pivot. You won't be able to problem solve, pivot, come up with other solutions if you are not adaptable. So don't be like my past self. Don't be like my former self. Don't be so rigid. Be adaptable. Understand what's working. And also, like, adaptability also means putting your pride and ego to the side. That means doing things that you don't necessarily want to do because you might feel like, oh, this lowers myself, or this would make me seem in a way I don't want to be seen. Let me, like, and I feel like it's so important for me to express this in different videos. Right now, as I'm making this video, I am hyper conscious of the mistakes that I feel like I'm making. I sometimes feel like I'm not able to express or articulate, but that's fine. You feel me? I'm essentially recording this and I'm saying everything off the top of my head, because I know at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is authentic, genuine, and vital. And I'm trying to tell you, you need to adapt to whatever situation you're going through. Because if you don't, what's gonna end up happening is you're gonna end up taking several steps back. Sometimes on purpose, other times without you even realizing it. And let me clarify the on purpose part. Me saying to myself next week, as opposed to saying right now, is taking a step back on purpose, because I'm saying fuck it. If you do that, understand that you're not delaying something. You are actively taking steps back away from your goal, away from where you want to be. Don't do that. Don't do that. The way the universe operates, you are either moving forwards or you're moving backwards. There is no in between. There's nothing in the middle. And just hold on to that. Every day, ask yourself, are you moving forwards or backwards? And see how that affects you. Before you go to bed, ask yourself, are you moving forwards or backwards? And see how that affects you. These videos are going to get better, and I'm going to feel more comfortable just shooting off the hip. I was literally with a group of my friends yesterday because my friend got engaged, and everything that I was saying was really just exactly as I would do, or at least exactly as I'm trying to do when I'm speaking into a camera. I think it's a bit of an adjustment for me because I'm not getting like human feedback and I'm not looking a person in the eye. I'm just looking at myself speaking. But at the end of the day, like, I am going to consistently keep doing this. Utilizing this feedback system, I'm gonna understand that, you know what, this would help me stay on point. This would help me feel a lot better while I speak. These different things, I'm gonna figure it out. And even better, I'm gonna find more ways to bring traffic to my channel, to bring people to watch these videos, so that way they can stop wasting their fucking time and get to it. And just start getting shit done. Like, you don't fucking need any more additional information. Whatever I say in any of these videos is designed for you to take it and never watch me again. And never watch another YouTube video again. And I'm not saying accruing information is not important. Ignorance is not okay. You need to learn, you need to understand, you need to absorb information with the intention of executing once you have the necessary information needed, not to consistently keep pouring into yourself until you are so full. Until you are so full, you don't even know what to do with yourself. You don't even know, but are you aware that children who are born with higher IQs are naturally inclined to more depression? Why is that relevant? That's relevant because when you really know too much and there's nothing you can do with that information, That's a horrible feeling. It's terrible. So if you're in a position or space in your life where you're like, I need to change, and you turn outward and look for tools and information and things to help you do that. Don't just leave it at that, bro. Apply it. Do something. Be consistent. And in that consistency, you are going to have moments where things are not working out, let me rephrase that. You are going to have moments where things are going to get in your way. And that's totally fine, because that is life. You don't fold when something gets in your way, you adapt. If you're trying to head somewhere and someone's blocking you, you fucking walk around them. You head in another direction. Don't worry about I can't do it. Stop it. Just adapt. Adapt, take another position. Adapt, change your perspective. Adapt, change your approach, and just fucking execute. Just fucking execute. That's all you need to do. That's it. Everything else is just blasé. Everything else is just emotions and things that you won't even fucking remember. You won't even remember. Because like I said in one of my other videos, and I'll say it again, results. I recently just got my high school transcript, right? I had to get it because I was applying to ASU for the architectural online course. Now, I bring up my high school transcript because I'm looking at the results of the things that I did in high school. There were so many things going on in my life during that period of time. There are so many things going on with my emotions, the way I saw myself, my household. There were so many things, my friend groups, just tons of drama. It's just a teenager's life, especially in a New York City urban area, bro, is fucking chaos. But my grades are not a reflection of how I felt. It's not a reflection of my household. It's a reflection of what the fuck I did when I walked into that building and when I stepped into that class, bro. Fucking results. That's it. It's just results, pal. It's just results. So when you become result oriented, you start focusing on, what do I need to get this done? What do I need to do to get this done? And then at the end, did I move forward today or did I move backwards? Because you're never in the middle. No such thing as stagnation. So adapt. Because I'm going to adapt. And all the successful people that you may idolize, and I have my own opinions about that, all the successful people you look up to, you admire, you want to be like, they adapted. Because society and the world and all these fucking things are going to change. So you have to adapt as well. You don't have to change who you are. You don't have to change your morals. You don't even have to change your spiritual code. As far as the important things, the things of your identity, you don't have to change that. But you have to adapt. You have to change your approach to certain things. You have to shift your perspective. And even in the sense of identity, your identity is going to change anyway. In the process of you trying to be what you want to be, there's going to be an identity shift that's happening to you that you're not even going to notice because you're so focused on the work, because the work works on you. So if there's something that you want to do and you feel like things are getting in your way, fucking adapt. Because you can figure it out. Fuck because you have to, fuck because you want to, but because you can actually do it. You can figure it out. You don't need anybody to help you figure it out. You can figure it out. You can do the research. There's so many tools available to you. So many tools available to you. Utilize them. And the greatest tool that you have is critical thinking, learning how to think and problem solve. One of the greatest tools you will ever have. Use it. Use it and adapt. I'm gonna stop it right here, but I just wanna say, for anybody who comes across this video or any of my other videos, I really appreciate you spending the time watching them. And I want you to know that regardless of where you are on your journey, just keep going. Just keep fucking going, bro. You could do it. You could do it. There's nothing actually in your way. Like I say, obstacles are optical illusions. There's nothing actually there. So many things and so many problems are really just our mind summoning things up. But there's nothing actually stopping you. There's nothing in your way. So I really just wanted to impart that message today, because I was trying to get things done today. And you even see that phrase, I was trying to get things done today. There's nothing actually stopping me from doing that. These are one of the things I wanted to get done today. And here I am doing it. And I have a few more I want to make sure I do. And I'm going to accomplish those things. And I want you to think like that. Anything pops up, immediately start calculating how you can get to it, how you can do what you need to get done before the day is over. Once again, obstacles are optical illusions, bro. They are not there. Sending you so much love. You got this.